What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Stupid. It's Monday the 8th of June. Hope you're well. Had a fantastic drunken weekend. I woke up this morning with a big banging hangover to go off to work. That's what Monday mornings are for. Feeling like shit on the way to work. The amount of times I did that when I was younger. I mean, I never ever won Employee of the Month. I always turned up late with a hangover. 3 days of no sleep. I used to have a really good weekend. I was no good at work, but I used to have a fantastic weekend. I was a great partier. That's what weekends are for. Work. And the week is for pretending to do well at work. I never won Employee of the Month, but I never wanted it either. So even now, when I work for myself, I still don't get Employee of the Month. In fact, I'm the worst employee of my one-person company. Anyway, what's been going on? The riots have been going on. Well, not riots. There've been protests, should I say, across the world, but across the UK as well. And a police officer come a cropper at one. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think he was on a horse, but it bolted. Did you see it? I don't know if anybody saw it, but he fucking started sprinting and smashed their head off the traffic lights and went flying off the back of the horse. So that has got to hurt. There was all sorts of crazy stuff going on. But the main thing was when they tore down the statue of Edward Colston in Bristol. The slave trade, what's it called? Merchants. They pulled down the statue, or the protesters did. But I mean, you can say what you like, vandalism, whatever, but people have been fucking asking for that statue to be removed for years. So it just goes to show that I get there's some town planners in there, or some people on the side of has been putting in the requests to have the statue removed because he was a known racist who transported 100,000 or more Africans across the world, across from Africa to wherever he fucking sold them to. So he was a fucking arsehole. And it's good that some people knew their history and knew who he was and what he was about. Because half the time you walk past fucking statues, you don't know who they are, you don't know who the fuck, you see a name, or maybe sometimes they haven't even got a name, they're just statues of somebody. Or for instance, Nelson in London, Nelson's column and all that kind of stuff. But people don't really know too much about who the person was, but they knew fucking exactly who this guy was, and they went straight for him and chucked him in the sea. And apparently it's very poignant because a lot of Africans died on the boats on the way over to wherever they were heading. So, it ain't for people to have to do that, but it should have come down fucking years ago, and it's where it belongs, in the sea. So I wonder if they'll try and put it back up. I don't think so, but it was a good photo of a black guy stood where the statue was, doing the Black Lives Matter kneel, and really good photo, great shot. So clever. I bet everybody fucking jumped up and did that one, but his one has got the photo of the year for me, I think. So yeah, that was good. There was protest. Most of it was peaceful, and he's just showing people solidarity with the movement. So hopefully people fucking do it for the right reasons and don't just fucking start looting again and smashing up everything and fucking ruining anything that I need to fucking use. What's it called? Bollocks. I was going to say, but the looting all the fucking, making a curfew so everybody can't go out, and then like becoming martial law and all that bollocks like Donald Trump's trying to do in America. There was a big protest was it Washington? And he come out, a massive, huge protest, and he's come out with the Twitter. He come out with the Twitter saying, it was the opposite of what happened. He said not many people turned out for the protest. Everything's under control, and basically dissing the. I don't know why he's even making a comment that not many people turned up. He should be championing peaceful protest, however size, and championing the cause. But he's going for election, so it's better for him that people don't get on. So You know, he's trying to part the people the way he's fucking trying to his hair trying to part from his head half the time when he catches a bit of wind. Anyway, but social distancing is still in force, and there's a club opened in Amsterdam. Is it Amsterdam or is it in? No, it's not. It's in Doon Roos. Doon Roos. Never heard of the place, but it's in Holland, and they've got a disco, social disco, and it's like everybody's in chairs. Everybody can come in for 20 minutes at a time, and you get given a chair. The DJ's playing, and everyone's a chair spaced out away from each other, like musical chairs, basically, a Dutch version, and they're all like dancing in the chair. You can't stand up and that, so I've got that down, bobbing your head in a chair. You know, that's my number one dance move. It takes me a few pina coladas before I fucking start hitting the dance floor, and by the end of the night, I'm usually breakdancing, breakdancing and breaking everything that I fucking tumble over and fall into. Smashing glasses on the dance floor. That's another good one of mine. Yeah, and then slipping over in it. But that dance floor's for fun, and they're trying to make it work, and that looks like a lot of fun actually. So I don't know how you're going to start. How you're going to, you'd have to start writing your phone number on a paper aeroplane and throwing it over to the lady in the chair opposite or whatever else. So anyway, that's good. Everyone's got to come up with different ideas. Still doesn't beat mine. Bubble suits. Everybody's got to wear a bubble suit, a big plastic fucking suit like that with a straw where your mouth is, and a hole for obviously, toiletries. I don't know if you're going to get away with the back hole, but fucking anybody that goes to a club and has to use the back hole needs to have a word with themselves. That's the worst. The toilets are for fucking sniffing cocaine. That's what people would tell you. That's what a lot of people think. I tell you, they get pissed off when you go in the. When they're queuing for the toilets, when all the urinals are free. You can't imagine everybody wants to fucking, needs the cubicle that much. Anyway, that's just in the old folks' home. No, I'm only joking. That's just standard in most clubs. But each to their own, innit? Everybody's got to. Everyone gets off on their own. Some people like fucking pouring tequila in their eyeballs, and some people like to snort. What's it called? They do the opposite of that fucking tequila shot. So they snort the salt and pour the tequila in the eye. That's it. Snort the salt, and then fucking throw up on somebody probably. Mental. It's crazy what people do to have fun. And the next morning they wake up and they go, oh fuck, you know what? I'm meant to be an upstanding member of society, and now I've got to go to work tomorrow, and I'm a judge, or I'm a policeman, or I'm a fucking, whatever, politician. All these people, they get pissed as well. They're just as fucking stupid as everybody else. Have you ever been out with the only thing going out with a drunk policeman is you can't get too pally with a drunk policeman. You'll tell him too many things and he'll be like fucking got his notebook out he'll be using the cubicle to write it in his notebook, everything you've said. I'll forget this in the morning, I better fucking make a quick note. He said to me, he told me all about his insurance job that he was doing on his fucking car and whatever else. Better make a note of that and keep my eye on him. If you are a policeman, you know I speak the truth. Anyway, but it's all good when you're catching the real ones. When you're catching somebody who's fucking stole something off me, I'm all for you. And if you're catching any kind of murderer, rapist, fucking, detectives, you can't beat a fucking good detective. They're brilliant, aren't they? Columbo, my favourite detective, 100%. Columbo, he looked like fucking shit. He looked like somebody. He looks how I go to work a lot of Monday morning. Go to work on a Monday morning. Columbo. But he still gets the job done. In fact, he does the job 10 times better than anybody else would ever. But he looks like he's fucking, hungover. And that's the way he should look. Gives the air of distraction. People think you're up to the job. And then you fucking blow them out of the water. Anyway, pink flamingos are the most aggressive when it comes to squabbling over food. Of course they are. The pinkest flamingos, beg your pardon, not pink flamingos. All flamingos are pink. I'd like to see, are there different coloured flamingos? I'd like to see some black flamingos, please. pink flamingos, black flamingos. Black flamingos' lives matter, but they would look good with the pink flamingos and the black flamingos. I don't know what other colour would go. You couldn't really have turquoise, maybe turquoise, but that wouldn't go. You couldn't have a turquoise flamingo, but it's like when you get black swans, white swans, black swans. But it'd be good to see a black. Or do you get black swans? I think you do. Be good to see black flamingos. There might even be them. I don't even know. You'll have to let me know on that one. But for me, I love flamingos. I'd love to see flamingos in the wild. I've seen a lot of fucking flamingo legs down the gym, but apart from that, I don't. I'd like to see them in Florida. I've been, but I've never. I didn't see the flamingos, unfortunately. I went there long enough. Saw the alligators. I survived the alligator. I did on one of those fast boats down the fucking river in Miami. That was brilliant. Right load of fun. Love to tell you what. If one of those was underwater over here, people would be nicking them all the time to fucking joyride them around. Then ones with a massive boat. Remember ones on Gentle Ben with the big fuck off, the big circular fan on the back, and he's just bombing along the Everglades. Fucking right load of fun. But the thing is, if you nicked him in Florida, you're an idiot, and then you'd fucking end up out in the middle of nowhere. You wouldn't know, the thing would cut out. Next thing you know, it'd sink, and then you're a Crocs dinner, and then you got nobody to blame but yourself. But over here, we don't have things like that in our waters. It's pretty safe in our water. Well, that's saying that. It's safe apart from cholera and dengue fever and fucking typhoid and all that kind of stuff. You went swimming in the River Thames, you probably wouldn't fucking survive too much longer after that. Millions of and we're also shit drivers apparently. British drivers are the worst. Are we? Motorists who travel under millions of drivers are being penalised by insurance firms for driving less. Oh, for driving less? Well, there's a load of shit drivers in England, I can tell you that, and I'm definitely not one of them. One thing I am is a good driver. He says, next time I'm going to... Remember when I crashed my car and I talk about that? My van, I still haven't got a van. I've got used to not having one now, so it's been very pleasant not have been in any kind of traffic. Although, wrong time to not have a van because the lockdown, there's been no traffic anyway, is there? So by the time I get a van, everybody will be back. But the middle lane drivers, I can't stand them. Then it should be law that you could smash a middle lane driver from behind, have like a big bumper on the front, and fucking smash them, keep banging them, like on that film, Duel, or the horror film with the big truckers when they're coming up behind and they're trying to fucking nudge you off the road. Should be legal. Anyway, so we're being penalised for driving less. That's stupid, isn't it? I mean, I thought classic cars, you get cheaper insurance because you hardly ever drive them, so that don't make sense. Any fucking chance to up insurance is the biggest scam of the lot. Don't get me on that one. I ain't got time. Anyway, a new beetle has been named after the pop legends, the Beatles. They found a new insect, a new beetle, and there's been named after the Beatles, but its name is a Potamophagus the Beatles. Potamophagus the Beatles. That's the shit. Now, whoever fucking gave that, why don't they just call it fucking Ringo Starr? Done, innit? That's it. Ringo Starr, the Beatle. That'd be like, that's named after one of the Beatles at least. But you can't call it Potamophagus the Beatles. That's just like, that's a real shit surname, the Beatles. No, that doesn't work. It doesn't roll off the tongue, I'm afraid. It could have been trendy, but you've ruined it. Anyway, so I didn't get a chance to see what it looked like, but I think they could have done it a little bit better there. Anyway, or they could have called it, what else could have called it? Fuck knows. I'm trying to think of, they could have called it Sergeant Pepper. That would have been another good name for it. See, they should have called me in. Anyway, I'm available for any kind of, talking sense, common sense, and creative names and creative talks, interesting anecdotes, all that. Book me. Anyway, Brits have been warned that there's a new housebite ban coming again. Fuck, it's been pissing down the last few days. Hosepipe ban. Somebody's been having giant hailstones. Giant hailstones, they fucking hurt, they do. I told you the one in Sydney, smashing all the cars up, smashing the windows, knocking people out on the cricket pitch, I think it was, or was it the rugby pitch? We had two in the freezer. We took them in, and we kept them in the freezer. They were like massive snowballs because nobody would believe us. So we that's before social media, though. That was, we couldn't really put them on social media, but yeah, giant hailstones. So we've had all that weather, and they're still talking about a hosepipe ban. Who's fucking? What's all the water? Apparently, all the water just goes to all the fucking animal agriculture, doesn't it? So stop eating meat, and then we can all fucking have a bath in peace. You know what I mean? I've been mentioning baths the last few times. I feel like I might have to get in there soon. Get in there, singing into the fucking the back scrubber, you know, in the big bubble bath. The music on in the background, singing into my back scrubber, singing the fucking tune. My toes stuck up the pipe. Might have to call the fucking fire engine in because he's got two stuck. I rammed it up there. Not used to. I'm not a seasoned bather, so I'm not too sure on the toe to tap ratio of what you can fucking, how much of your toe you're allowed to shove up there before it gets stuck. Does happen. That's happened, doesn't it? People have had to fucking break the tap off, take it to the hospital with them to have the toe cut off. I imagine it's happened with a lot of other things as well, that people have got stuck on other body parts, but that's for another day. Captain Kirk, William Shatner. Shatner's back. I spoke about him the other day. He's revealed he's using magical cannabis to treat his aches and pains. So Captain Kirk is 89 and he's on the joints, for his joints. That's good. He's dubbed cannibal. He's found him in cannibal. Is he smoking them? I've got some aches and pains I didn't have a few years ago. I find there are many things that help aches and pains that we didn't know about a few years ago. So he's on New Frontiers. I'm going to referring to Star Trek. He's found New Frontiers, and now he's trying. Have you used it? It's magical. I've had swollen joints where it hurts. You rub some on, and when you rub it on, the pain disappears. It's magical. Oh, try smoking it. That's magical. You'll soon, you'll not only like get no pain, you'll also start appreciating music a lot better and start believing in aliens. And he was saying he didn't believe in aliens the other day, didn't he? That's not right. Captain Kirk, even if you don't, you've got to. Or the Star Trekkers would be like, you what? We've been fucking following you for years. We fucking follow you because we believe you're real. Because we're mental and you're a character, but we're in love with you. And we want to believe that Captain Kirk exists and that you do travel through space and time and fucking find new frontiers and new civilizations and galaxies and worlds. And now you come out and tell us you don't believe in aliens. I'm sorry, but I want the £300 back I've just paid for that fucking signature at your autograph at the Star Trek, what's it called, convention. I want my money back. You're just William Shatner to me now. You're not Captain Kirk. You've killed that fucking idea and that fantasy. Thank you. I want to take my money home, buy some weed and go and have a fucking bubble bath and listen to some reggae. Anyway, I hate last one. Is it last one or last two? What's the other thing? I had another thing somewhere. Where's it gone? Last one or two maybe. A Hayfever sufferer fucking blew his fucking eyeball, blew his eyeball by sneezing. His eye fucking burst. He tore part of his eyeball in a sneezing fit. Imagine sneezing that hard that you fucking bust your eyeball. That has fucking. That's made me cringe. That's made my other round things fucking cringe at that. That sounds really painful. I don't like anything to do with eyes or anything to do with genitalia. When it comes to pain, that is. That's just fucking. Yeah, but he sneezed, but they fixed it, I think. That's all right. But he'll be shitting himself when he's sneezing from now on. Literally, he'll be like trying to like hold onto his eyes and like have to sneeze and hold it in and end up shitting himself. Anyway, you can't win. Anyway, last but not least, one person I always would love to have sat and chatted to and have a drink with, Hunter S. Thompson. He knew how to get over a fucking a night before on a Monday morning, or a general everyday morning to him. His breakfast, or his breakfast of choice, was 4 Bloody Marys, 2 margaritas, and 6 lines of cocaine. That's how we would start the day. Now, that's a guy who fucking hop, skipped and jumped into work on a Monday morning because he's feeling better than everybody else ever could do on a Monday morning with that kind of cocktail. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again tomorrow. See you later. Bye.